Today, we are going to talk about the fastest free-to-play methods to get gems in Anime Defenders. Okay, so you just started your journey in Anime Defenders and you're curious on how in the world you get gems in this game and how in the world are you supposed to get some of those amazing summons that you can use to dominate on the battlefield. Now, there's a few ways you can do this, including the thing that's at the very start of the map, and that's the AFK zone where you guys get free gems. I did talk about this yesterday, but essentially, the AFK zone is really not that fantastic unless you buy the VIP pass. Unless you're a Roblox premium member, you're only getting yourself about a gem every 2 minutes or so. And on top of that, if you're less than level 10, you're getting a minus 50% gem drop because they're trying to eliminate how many ults are actually in this game. So this AFK lobby is not the best way to get gems in this game. So if you're actively playing this game and you're trying to get gems fast, I would say leave the AFK zone alone unless you're going to be leaving your device for a certain amount of time or whatever. Next up, let's talk about codes real quick. Everybody loves codes. There's a whole bunch of them that you guys can use to get some free gems. So let's go ahead and scroll to the very top. These little 3 dots right here, it says codes. You're going to click on that. I'm going to put all of the codes on the screen right now. Feel free to pause the video or rewind it or whatever you need to do to get all these codes in here. But essentially, each one of these codes is going to give you guys 50 gems inside the game. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different codes that's going to give you 50 gems a piece. That's 300 gems. And this Adon top code right here gives you 250. So that's 550 gems that you guys can use right away to go get yourself some units and hopefully get yourself a mythic as well. The next thing we're going to talk about in getting gems fast in Anime Defenders was this. They had a little group icon right here. I'm assuming they'll either bring it back or maybe it's someplace else now. But essentially, all you got to do is join the group on Anime Defenders and you get 500 gems for free. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's never coming back and they were just getting too many people joining the group, so they decided to get rid of it, because that completely makes sense. Also, there's a method I want to talk about a little bit later in this video that's going to help you guys a ton, but you got to know a few things first before you dive into it. We'll get there in a little bit, but first let's go ahead into trading and let me explain this really fast, okay? Now, obviously, we are no strangers to trading plazas inside of Roblox games, and this one is no different. However, it's a little bit strange how you can actually make gems in this trading plaza, because it's a little bit weird. Now, I'm guessing they're probably going to do a bunch of changes to the trading plaza as the game gets a lot more popular and they make a lot more money. But for now, the trading plaza is a little bit broken. So now that you got your booth up here, you could definitely go ahead and start putting in units and all that good stuff. But the thing is, you can only add certain units inside of the booth right now. You can't add just whatever you want. You also can't add items like stars or potions or any of that stuff at the very moment. You can only add units. So in the beginning, if you don't have units to put up here, then obviously you're not going to be making a whole lot of gems, right? So in the beginning, you're probably not going to do much trading in this game because right now it's just kind of weird to jump in here and try to learn how to do it. Especially, there's a whole bunch of scamming that's going on right now. On top of all the scams that are going on right now, if you guys go up here and you guys want to click, and let's say you want to buy an Admiral of Lava, which is a really good unit to use early on in the game, it's going to cost you 1,500 gems, but you do have to be level 20 to equip it. So even if you did get the gems, you still got to be level 20 to get this bad boy, because you're getting it from this trading area. You guys will be much better off keeping your gems and rolling for one of these legendaries than you would if you came in to go buy one, because there's a lot of stipulations on this right now, because this game is trying to keep a hold on the economy in this game and making sure that units don't get absolutely out of control. So as a brand new player in this game, as of right now, I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time inside the trading plaza because it's not quite what it needs to be at the moment. Okay, so next up on how to get gems fast in this game, we're going to go ahead and head over to the quest icon here on the left side. As you guys can see, they got daily quests, weekly quests, infinite quests, VIP quests if you guys like to spend money, but this is the main thing we're going to be looking at here. Every single day, they're going to give you ways that you guys can get quests done. Like this one is summon 2 units, complete 3 story modes, play for 30 minutes. And if you scroll down here at the bottom, after you complete all the quests, you guys get this daily quest reward, which is 500 gems, 500 XP, and a chance to get all this other stuff as well. It's a really good way for regular everyday players to get some stuff in this game, and 500 gems is great because you can roll 10 times right away. And speaking of really good items, you guys got to head into the challenge area, and this is the next best way to get some gems in this game. Not only gems, but items as well. So check this out. Here's how it works. Every one of these challenges has a little bit of a different stipulation on it. So this one is all units will cost a little bit more. more. This one over here is everyone's got a little bit of a shield. This one over here is all enemies go a little bit faster. And like I said, there's all sorts of ways you guys can complete this, whether you want to do it on normal or if you want to do it on hard. But as you guys see, you guys get gems every time you complete this. You guys will get star rifts, which is a type of crafting material that you're going to need later on in the game to evolve your mythics. You guys will also get like things like food to feed to your units to make them a little bit stronger. And then you get chances at these more rare star rifts, which is also what you're going to need to evolve your mythics later. And another quick thing about these star rifts here. So like, for example, if you were to get this rainbow star rift, this thing is very, very rare. It's got a drop chance of 5%. Every one of these star rifts can sell inside the trading plaza for gems. But the weird thing is, like I said before, you can only trade units right now. So in order to trade these star rifts, you'd have to trade with like people that you know and people that won't scam you, which is almost impossible nowadays. So like I said, if you get these star rifts, I would definitely hold on to them. Don't be trading them over to people unless you know them, so that way you're not getting scammed. But these challenges are really good ways to get gems, and also those star rifts that later on we're going to be able to sell in the trading plaza for gems as well. So hold on to those bad boys. Next up, let's talk about the actual story mode in this game. So as you guys know, when you guys enter this area, you guys can do Windmill Village or Mob City or Cursed Academy, and you guys can complete all that stuff in there to get yourself some gems. What a lot of people don't know is every time you complete this for a very first time, you get additional gems each and every time you do it. I think I did some rough math, and basically every time you complete one of these worlds, you get like 2,000 gems each and every time. That is a lot of gems to get when you guys first start out in this game and you may not have the best units yet. Next up, let's talk about mythics real fast, and why are they important? We'll cover that in a different video, but essentially mythics are very, very, very powerful in this game. And if you want to evolve one, let's say for example, I only think I have 2 on this account. Yeah, okay. So Carp right now is one of my best units. I mean, it's level 31, it does 673 base damage, and if I wanted to evolve Carp, I need this marine hat. And if you guys want to get this marine hat to evolve Carp, here's what you need. We just talked about it a second ago, but you are going to need those crafting materials in order to make this bad boy. So if I want to click on confirm, I'm going to need 13 of those star rifts, and I need 10 of those purple star rifts, and I need 2 rainbow star rifts. So it's going to be pretty expensive to craft this bad boy. So you can imagine that if you get them, you can make yourself a lot of gems if you guys sell these in the trading plaza. On top of that, let's talk rank rerolls real fast. Let's go ahead and put Carp in there real quick. So right now, this Carp has a C damage, an A+ cooldown, and a C+ range. So if I wanted to, for example, roll this again and maybe get myself an A+ damage or something like that, I really like a faster cooldown for Carp because it takes a long time for his abilities to go off anyways. I like this, so I'm going to leave it as it is. But if I wanted to re-roll this, I would use a risky dice to re-roll for a different trait. There's a good chance that one of these can get worse or one of them can get better. But these risky dice can also sell in the trading plaza for gems. It's all 100% gambling, of course, but when you guys get a frostbind, I don't have any on this account, but when you guys get a frostbind, you can actually freeze one of these abilities so that way it doesn't roll when you guys click on the risky roll. So very, very important. Another thing you can sell for a ton of gems in the trading plaza later on. And the same thing goes for trait rerolls. Very, very similar to the other one, except now they get different traits to do stuff. Let's use Carp again. So Carp right now has a Hunter 3. I think, what is it, a 7%? So it's not terrible, but increases his range by 15%. So obviously it'd be better if I had a Bullseye because it increases his range by 25%, or a Sonic 1 that decreases cooldown by 20%. That'd be really good for a mythic unit that has a really, really long cooldown. But you guys get what I'm saying. These things are also very important and they will sell for a ton of gems in the trading plaza. So I would recommend that you don't use trait rerolls unless you get a unit you're going to keep for a long time, like a mythic unit, for example. And lastly, everybody, let's go ahead and talk about alt accounts, because that's another way that you can make a ton of gems in this game 100%. Not everybody has the ability to use a secondary device or something like that to use an alt account. So if you guys are able to get one of those and you guys can grind a couple accounts at the same time, you can bring your main account into a game like this, bring the alt account in so they would just basically hang out and deal damage. But if you're going to do something like that, you got to make sure that your main account has at least one mythic on it so it's able to deal with these waves of enemies completely by itself, because your alt account obviously is not going to do anything. The problem also with alt accounts is that the game has nerfed how the alt accounts actually get experience in this game as well. So your main account is going to be getting a majority of the experience. When I brought my alt account into this game, I think they were getting a base of like 50 experience if they didn't do any damage whatsoever. So if you're going to bring an alt account in, they do need to deal damage if they're going to get anything more than 50 experience. And like I said, everybody, it's only going to work work if you have something that's gonna be able to carry 2 accounts at once, like a mythic unit, for example. So drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and go get some gems. I'll see you in the next video.